Hey everyone, and welcome. Are you ready to put your knowledge to the test? In today's explainer, we are diving deep into the earth for the great mineral and mining quiz. Let's see how you do. So here's how it's going to work. It's super simple. I'll ask a question, you'll get a few seconds to think, and then bam, we'll reveal the answer. We've got 2 rounds packed with some really cool facts, so let's get this started. All right, let's kick things off with round 1. This is all about the basics. You know, what minerals actually are, what they aren't, and where we find these amazing natural treasures. Okay, question number 1, and it's a biggie. We're starting with the most important definition of all. So what exactly is a mineral? Have a think about it. And the answer is, a mineral is a solid substance that occurs naturally. That means it's not man-made, and it doesn't come from plants or animals. So the 3 magic words are natural, solid, and non-living. Got it? Awesome. Moving on to question 2. Now this one is absolutely crucial for understanding our planet. What is the main difference between non-renewable and renewable resources? Okay, here it is. Non-renewable resources, and that includes minerals, are things we can't replace in our lifetime. Once they're used up, they are gone for good. But renewable resources, like sunshine or wind, are the gift that keeps on giving. We can use them over and over. On to question 3. If you're interested in mining, you're going to hear this word thrown around all the time. So, what is ore? And the answer is ore. You can think of ore as the jackpot rock for miners. It's the special kind of rock that's packed with so much valuable mineral that it's totally worth digging up. Basically, it's the good stuff. All right, time for a tricky one. We dig coal out of the ground just like other things, so it feels like a mineral, but it isn't. Why not? Think back to that first definition we talked about. And here's the secret. Remember that rule about minerals not coming from living things? Well, coal is actually made from the remains of ancient plants. Since plants were once alive, coal gets kicked out of the mineral club. Pretty interesting, right? Okay, let's get a little more specific. South Africa is an absolute powerhouse when it comes to mineral wealth. Can you name 3 important minerals you can find there? So how'd you do? If you said gold, diamonds, platinum, or even iron ore, you are absolutely correct. The country is one of the world's biggest producers of these. Seriously, great job if you got any of them right. All right, last question for round 1. We know gold and diamonds are beautiful, but what are they actually used for? Give me 2 uses for gold and 1 for diamonds. So of course, they're both used in jewelry, that's the obvious one, but they have other incredible uses too. Gold is an amazing conductor of electricity and it never rusts, so it's inside your phone and your computer. And diamonds? Well, they're the hardest natural thing on the planet, making them perfect for super strong cutting tools. Fantastic job on round 1, you're doing great. Now it's time to dig a little deeper. Let's get into round 2, where we'll explore how we actually get these incredible minerals out of the ground. So let's kick off round 2 with another key definition. In the simplest, most straightforward terms, what is mining? That's it, right there. Mining is simply the process of getting those valuable minerals out of the earth. Now, there are different ways to mine. First up, let's talk about surface mining. What is it? You know, the clue is kind of in the name. Exactly. Surface mining is when you create a gigantic open pit to get to the minerals that are close to the surface. And a perfect example of this is the world-famous Big Hole in Kimberley. Okay, so that's for minerals near the surface. But what about the ones that are buried way, way down deep? Can you give me 2 key features of deep-level mining? You got it. Deep-level mining is for reaching those minerals that are thousands of feet underground. To do it, you have to dig a huge vertical tunnel, called a shaft, and then use what's basically a super deep elevator to send people and equipment way down into the earth. After all that valuable ore is taken out, there's a ton of leftover rock that gets piled up really, really high. What do you call one of those giant piles? It's called a mine dump. You'll often see these huge, man-made hills in areas that have a long history of mining. Okay, let's shift to a really serious environmental issue that's connected to mining. What does the acronym AMD stand for, and what causes it? AMD stands for acid mine drainage. This is what happens when old, abandoned mines fill up with rainwater. That water then mixes with chemicals left in the rock, creating a kind of acid that leaks out and pollutes the groundwater. It sounds pretty bad, and trust me, it is. So what happens because of this pollution? Name 2 big consequences of acid mine drainage. Yet the effects are just devastating. This polluted water can kill fish and other wildlife in rivers. It can kill plants, and it can even make people really sick if it contaminates the water used to grow our food. It's a huge problem. Here we are, the very last question of the quiz. Looking at the bigger picture, beyond just AMD, name 2 ways that the physical act of mining impacts the local environment. The impact can be massive. For one, mining removes all the topsoil and plants from a large area. When that happens, it completely destroys the homes or the habitats of local animals, forcing them to leave or, sadly, they might not survive. And that is a wrap on our quiz. How did you do? Hey, no matter what your score is, you definitely learned a whole lot about minerals and mining today. Let's just do a super quick recap of the most important things. So here's the bottom line. Minerals are these essential natural materials that we rely on, but we have to remember they're non-renewable. And while mining is the only way we can get to them, we also have to be really mindful of the big impact it can have on our planet. And all of this leads us to a really important question for all of our futures. Since we can't just make more minerals, what new, clever ways can we invent to recycle and reuse the ones we've already taken from the earth? That's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me today.